AVS Hari, Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair, Dr. S.M. Sameer, Dr. Mini Ulanat. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kochi, the Queen of Arabian Sea. We are happy to receive all of you at the Cochin University of Science and Technology for the 19th edition of the annual flagship international conference of the India Council, INDICON 2022. In the next 3 days, the university will stand witness to a flurry of activities in the form of keynote and plenary sessions by experts, tutorials and workshops, industry exhibits and stalls, and most importantly, technical paper presentations by researchers from all across our country and abroad. Let's start off the inaugural session of INDICON 2022 on an auspicious note. I now call upon Dev Anand to render the prayer.
वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठित मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयीति वेदस्य आणिस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासे अनेनाधितेन होरात्रान् सन्ततामि हृदं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तन्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Dev Anand. I now invite Professor S.M. Sameer, Dean Academic NIT Calicut, Secretary IEEE Region 10, Asia Pacific, and the General Chair of IEEE INDICON 2022 to welcome this august gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Deepthi. Dignitaries on the dais, Sri Deepak Mathur, Director IEEE Region 10 Asia Pacific, Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, Honorable Vice Chancellor CUSAT, Mr. Snehil Kumar IAS, who will be joining shortly, Professor KVS Hari, the TPC Chair of the conference, Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair, Chair IEEE India Council, Dr. Mini Ulanat, Chair IEEE Kerala Section and the organizing chair of the conference, dignitaries of the dais, IEEE India Council EXCO members, IEEE Kerala Section EXCO members, Kochi and Malabar Subsection EXCO members, head of the departments, deans and faculty of CUSAT, the organizing committee of the conference, TPC and session chairs, sponsors of the conference, delegates who have come from all the different places of India and abroad, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a proud moment for IEEE Kerala Section hosting INDICON for the second time. The first INDICON hosted by IEEE India Council was in 2012 at Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology here at Kochi. And after a decade, we are proud to bring back INDICON to Kerala in a much bigger scale in terms of arrangements, participation, and other technical programs. Arranging a conference of this scale, the 19th edition of INDICON, requires tremendous amount of preparations, which was started more than 1 year back. And the next 3 days from today, you all will witness the fruit of the efforts made by all the organizers of this conference, including the technical program committees. As we are running short of time, I'll go to my duties straight away. Our chief guest of the day is Mr. Deepak Mathur, Director, IEEE Region 10 Asia Pacific, who is a pillar of support for all the IEEE activities in India and in Region 10, Asia Pacific. He, though occupying the position of director, finds time in interacting with all IEEE OUs, including the IEEE student branches across Region 10. And this occasion is a very special one for all the IEEE volunteers in India, as Sri Deepak Mathur has been elected as the IEEE MGA Vice President for 2023. A big round of applause to him. And IEEE MGA is one of the biggest boards of IEEE, and he has traveled directly from Vancouver to Kochi to attend this program immediately after this election. We welcome you, sir, to the inaugural function of IEEE INDICON 2022. We have Mr. Snehil Kumar IAS, Director, IT Mission, Government of Kerala, who is an engineer by himself. He has started his career as a sub-collector at Kochi, now later occupied many positions and currently holding the position of Director, IT Mission, Government of Kerala. And IT Mission has been supporting various activities related to IT and IT infrastructure in Kerala. And in IT Mission, Kerala is one of the chief sponsors of IEEE INDICON 2022. I welcome you, sir, to this function. A conference of this scale would be possible only with the generous support of the host, the place where we organize the conference. Generally, we all know that many of the top conferences are held in hotels because we require that kind of infrastructure to hold major conferences. But then, when INDICON was coming into Kochi second time, we were thinking of, we have explored many venues, and the Vice Chancellor of CUSAT has kindly agreed us to offer all the facilities of the university for conducting this conference. Sir, this conference would not have been possible without your generous support and encouragement. I welcome Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, Vice Chancellor CUSAT, to this inaugural function. When we decided the technical program of the conference, we were looking for people who can guide us to conduct a bigger conference of this scale with utmost care and quality to the technical program. And the first name came to our mind was that of Professor K.V.S. Hari, Professor at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and he has kindly agreed to serve as the TPC chair. And the entire team of TPC members worked under his guidance. We are welcoming you to this conference, sir, Professor K.V.S. Hari. If you look at the conference website, you will see the name of patron of the conference as Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair, Chair IEEE India Council. For all of us who have organized conferences, know that this is just an ornamental position, patron of a conference. They don't generally involve in any day-to-day activities of the conference. At the most, they will just come on the day of inaugural program. That's it. But we had a patron without which this conference would not have been possible. And at this scale, because he was instrumental in all the activities of this conference, even the posters that you see as you enter the CUSAT campus, to all the designs that you see here, to all the sponsorship that we see here, the stalls that you see, to the banquet dinner that you are going to see tomorrow, his hands are there in all microscopic preparations of this conference. I'm proud to welcome the IEEE India Council Chair, Dr. Suresh Nair. Dr. Mini Ulnat doesn't need any introduction to IEEE volunteers in Kerala and in India. And she has been there as a pillar of support for all the preparations, all the activities of this conference. I welcome Dr. Mini Ulnat to the conference. We have quite a few guests attending this inaugural ceremony. Professor R.K. Shivagangar, who will be giving the plenary talk after a few minutes. Professor Sangamitro Bandabadhyay, Director ISA Kolkata, Professor Shivaji Chakravarti, and the IEEE Region 10 EXCOM members, IEEE India Council EXCOM members, and award winners. I welcome all of you to this inaugural ceremony. IEEE Kerala Section EXCOM members have extended tremendous support to this conference. I welcome all the IEEE Kerala Section EXCOM members and the IEEE Kochi and Malabar subsection EXCOM members to this inaugural ceremony. The faculty members and heads of the departments of Cochin University of Science and Technology has extended extreme support for this conference, especially for the technical program of this conference. I welcome all of them to this inaugural ceremony. I welcome the organizing committee, technical program committee members, and the session chairs attending this inaugural function to this gathering. And we have quite a few sponsors, the Kerala IT Mission, Qualcomm, Cochin Shipyard, CDAC Trivandrum, IBM, eHealth Mission of Kerala, Keysight Technologies, CIT Services, Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, Technomec Electronics, Convergent Technologies, IEEE Region 10, IEEE Young Professionals, and all their representatives are here. I welcome all of them to this inaugural function. I welcome all our volunteers and organizing committee members. Without their support, this conference would not have been possible. And I welcome the media personnel sitting in this inaugural function. And last but not the least, I welcome all the delegates of this conference who have come from various parts of India despite their travel challenges and all. And the few attendees attending this program online, welcome you all this conference. Enjoy the 3 days and enjoy the hospitality of Kerala and visit a few places after the conference. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The India Council International Conference is going to complete its 2 decades of existence next year. It has been the most prestigious conference conceptualized by IEEE India Council. It has emerged as a well-recognized and an eagerly anticipated event in the country because of its high-quality technical sessions and for the networking opportunities that it provides. To tell us more about this edition of INDICON, I request Professor K.V.S. Hari, fellow IEEE and professor at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and the technical program chair for INDICON 2022.
Good morning and welcome to INDICON. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Suresh Nair, Professor Samir and others who have given me this opportunity to be the technical program committee co-chair. There are many chairs here. So on behalf of the TPC chairs and co-chairs, Professor Devabrata Das, S.D. Madhukumar, Chinmoy Saha, and Jason Matthew, I have the privilege of sharing a summary of the technical program. The technical program includes 9 tracks, which are the following: Next Generation Computing and Applications, Electronic Systems and Smart Technologies, Advanced Photonics Technologies, Technology-Enhanced Learning and Engineering, Engineering in Medicine, Biology, e-Health, Antenna and RF Technologies for Next Generation Communications, Power Electronics and Drives, Power and Energy Systems, Emerging Technologies for Secure Computing. So the conference received 1,134 papers spread across these 9 tracks. The number of accepted papers is 563, which results in an acceptance ratio of about 49.65%. In addition, 160 papers were received across 8 special sessions, out of which 84 papers were accepted. Each track was handled by track chairs and track vice chairs. A total of 58 track chairs and track vice chairs were involved in this process. We would like to thank all the reviewers who helped us with their valuable reviews and helping us create this good technical program. We also thank the plenary speakers for agreeing to deliver the talks and enrich the attendee experience. Again, a warm welcome to all of you and hope you enjoyed the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. IEEE India Council is the umbrella organization which coordinates IEEE activities in India and has 12 sections with around 42,000 members, the largest and the fastest growing among the Asia-Pacific countries. The man holding its steering wheel is none other than Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair, Chair IEEE India Council and CEO of Design Alpha. Sir, I invite you to deliver the presidential address on this occasion.
Thank you, Deepthi. Very good morning, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Mr. Deepak Mathur, IEEE Region 10 Director. Mr. Snehal Kumar Singh, IAS, Director, Kerala Government IT Mission. Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, Honorable Vice Chancellor KUSAT, Professor K.V.S. Hari, IAC, and all the TPC, and he is also the TPC Chair. Professor Shivgankar, IIT Bombay, our next plenary speaker, and other keynote speakers, Professor Sangamitra, and all the invited guests, my IEEE colleagues and dear volunteers. As you know, INDICON is the flagship conference of IEEE India Council, and this is normally organized by the sections within the Council. The responsibility of hosting INDICON 2022 was undertaken by Kerala Section. When that bid was done, we were not having any doubt that that will be very good, but we were imagining how high this can go as an INDICON conference. We were always thinking of our earlier prestigious conference of 10Con. So that was held in a hotel. So everybody was expecting that type of things in mind. India Council has reached around 60,000 members and is the largest. And all the vice chairs under India Council have done very good job, and they are very much vibrant. You can see the activities going on under India Council. The idea of India Council when I took over was like, together we should learn, we should grow together and learn the best lessons or practices from other sections. I think we have succeeded in that, and let us keep up this spirit. For this INDICON 2022, I have been wearing many hats, like Professor Samir said. Professor Samir was very nicely said that I have done all these things. So all complaints will come to me now, if any fault. So he has rightfully made that clear. That's why I also rightfully made I am the patron. So nobody will come and ask me anything. But it was a teamwork. I think I have to mention so many names here. I can easily do that. But for paucity of time, I am just, just appreciating them and thanking them for that. We invited Mr. Deepak Mathur, and he agreed to be present here. So initially, he told like he has got, he is traveling abroad. But we made sure that he comes directly from Vancouver to Cochin. So that's what I think he is accompanied by his wife also. So that makes it different, and how affectionate he is with all the India Council or IEEE members. And I was also wearing another hat as leading sponsorship activities. We met Mr. Snehil Kumar Singh IAS at his office in Trivandrum. And the way he responded really surprised us. I think our first meeting at 10 a.m. or so was with Mr. Snehil Kumar. So he received our ideas, and he told that surely I will support. Thank you, sir, for that one. And thank you for making it to be physically here. Professor KVS Hari has accepted to be the chair of TPC, and he has supported us along with the other TPC co-chairs. Vice Chancellor of CUSAT, Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, he was closely watching all the activities. He has guided us. I think many of the things have come out as per his advice and guidance. And we could make this event a successful one with, I think, going around in 10 halls simultaneously. That was possible only with the support of CUSAT, and thank you very much for doing that. The host institution, CUSAT, has offered us everything. I think we were almost staying here. All the facilities, infrastructure, freedom to do whatever you want, I think for 3 days. And this is wonderful. I have to appreciate that. We have an eminent galaxy of plenary and keynote speakers. My guru at IIT Bombay, Professor Shivkankar, has also agreed to come here. So that was nice. I think it makes it more beautiful there. Now, as a patron, I think I'm giving the presidential address. I want a small things to talk to all the researchers. See, we received around 1,200 papers or so, out of which around 500 papers are accepted. These all are going to be presented. So my request to all the researchers is that these research outputs or results should finally translate into commercial products. So this is very important. I think most of you may be academicians, you get a lot of R&D funding. Most of them are funded by government. If somebody invests or funds, the money has to come back. As an industry person, I will always look for return on investment. What is the return on investment? So it can be publications, that's what you do. I think by doing that, we can all make our resumes very nice. But that should not be stopped there. The results from these R&D should go to the next one. It may be applied research and then to an industry, so that they will come up with the products which will serve the society. That is very important. I have been working for all these years on, whatever little contribution, how can we translate these ideas into products which will be benefited by the society? This is very important. Unless you close this one, when you come up with a product, you sell the industries will sell the product, they will pay the tax money, and it goes again back to the government. That's how the whole financial cycle works. So this is very important. So I expect some of you to really look into those one and please translate them to the products. I am, as a IEEE India Council Chair, I feel extremely glad Kerala section has raised the benchmark for INDICON. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. We have the privilege of having with us Sri Deepak Mathur, Director of IEEE Regent and Asia Pacific, to inaugurate the INDICON 2022. The former Chief General Manager of ONGC, Sri Deepak Mathur, has more than 35 years of professional experience in fields of electronics, telecommunication, IT infrastructure, and has held various engineering and managerial positions. He is a recipient of the prestigious IEEE Regent and Outstanding Volunteer Award and IEEE MGA Achievement Award, and he is also a member of IEEE Eta Kappa Nu, which is the International Honor Society of IEEE. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, light and brightness is always associated with positivity. May I please request Sri Deepak Mathur to inaugurate the event by lighting the lamp and to deliver the inaugural address. I request the dignitaries on the dais to join him. Sir, I invite you for the inaugural address.
Thank you, Dr. Deepti, for the invitation and for the introduction. Thank you very much. Dignitaries on dais, Mr. Snehal Kumar, Professor Madhusudanan, Dr. Suresh Nair, my IEEE colleague, Dr. KVS Hari, SM Sameer, and the Kerala Section Chair, Dr. Millie Ulnath, and distinguished guests, students, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here. INDICON is our flagship conference, and Kerala section is one of the best section of IEEE who is holding it. If I see, in fact, Dr. Suresh Nair has already explained very nicely about the statistics of India Council, but if I say that the membership of India is number 2 in region in the whole IEEE. First goes to the US. US is having 1 to 6 region, and the second comes to the India as a country. But if we talk about the students, the membership of students is the highest in India. And when we say that the students' membership, then we see that the students see future in IEEE, and that is very important. And when we come to Kerala, Kerala is highest in membership in whole IEEE, and also in student membership. So the student membership of Kerala is the highest, and the future of Kerala is the brightest. So I take this that way. And in recent years, we have seen that the India Council has done extremely well. And in fact, if I talk about the organizational efficiency, it has been superb. And we have made India Council financially sustainable. And that was major challenge in the past years, but India Council today looks very good, and I'm really happy to see that the past chair, Shivaji Chakravarti here, whose contribution is immense, and Dr. Suresh Nair, it is unmatched. I think he has done a wonderful job as a council chair and brought the council to this level. INDICON is one of the example where all sections come together, and where council organizes this flagship event, and I have not seen any council in IEEE doing such kind of the event. So this is a platform where sections are coming, brainstorming, discussing, and coming out with the ideas, and make IEEE really a place where members are gainfully engaged and volunteers are developed. Recently, I was working on the three challenges which IEEE is facing today, and I came across 3 challenges. One was the decline in membership all over the world, and second was the developing volunteers for future, especially for the succession planning. And these 2 challenges I don't find in India. Not even the region 10, but especially in India, these are not the challenges. We are having good membership growth. We are getting our members gainfully engaged. In fact, our committee chairs at section, council, and region level, they are devising program which is adding value to the members, and we are seeing the tremendous growth in that. As far as the volunteer leadership is concerned, development of volunteers is concerned, Region 10 is quite ahead, and similarly India is quite ahead. And I see the same thing in the Kerala section, that we have performed very well in developing our volunteers. People ask me at various places why we are having good volunteers in Region 10 India and in the sections in India. I say that our volunteers do a lot of work, but we also recognize our volunteer publicly, and that is very important. We have to recognize our volunteers publicly, because that is their volunteer job. They do from their work, from their personal time to this job. The third point which we came across, the challenges in IEEE was the diversity, equity, and inclusion. So probably we are facing really a problem about diversity, and whatever diversity we see today is not as sustainable in diversity, because today we have secretary and treasurer, both our women volunteer leaders, but unless we bring diversity at the membership level, we are not going to have diversity at leadership level. So this is the area where we have to focus, and probably this can be only done through the education and strategy. I'm sure we are going to follow this in coming years. One news I'm going to share with you. 2 days back, on 22nd November 2022, Board of Directors of IEEE decided to split Region 10, and it has been approved. And 1st January 2028, Region 10 will be split, and we will be known as Region 10 and Region 11. Region 10 will be North Asia, and Region 11 where we are. And so this split is going to bring diversity at the board level and lots of opportunity for our volunteer leaders. So we have to get ready for that. We have to develop ourselves in senior volunteer leadership role. And these kind of the conferences are the best platform where we come also train our volunteers. So with this note, I would like to wish you all the best and be ready for the good future. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Moving on. Now, Cochin University of Science and Technology, initially constituted as the University of Cochin in 1971, was later reconstituted in its current form in 1986. With a rich legacy and strong alumni spread across the globe, CUSAT is now a world-ranking university, poised to scale new heights in the years to come. As its 14th Vice-Chancellor, Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, a renowned academician and researcher himself, is at the helm of its affairs. We have the pleasure of his presence in this inaugural function, and I request the Honorable Vice-Chancellor to address the gathering.
Mr. Deepak Mathur, Director, IEEE Region, Asia Pacific. Dr. Suresh Nair, Chair, IEEE India Council. Sri Snehil Kumar Singh, IAS, Director, IT Mission. Professor KVS Hari, TPC Chair. Professor Sevganga, Professor Sangamitra Bandopatiya, and other dignitaries on and off the dais, delegates, participants, my faculty colleagues, students, research scholars, and friends. We at the Cochin University of Science and Technology are delighted to partner with IEEE India Council and IEEE Kerala Section to host this wonderful event. It's not an easy task to host a conference of this magnitude, but our confidence definitely started from Dr. Suresh Nair and many of his young colleagues who are working behind the screen over the past, say, close to 1 year or so. When Suresh Nair came to us with a proposal, we gathered our people around, our faculty members and student volunteers, and they were very enthusiastic to organize this conference in our campus. At the beginning, let me welcome all the dignitaries and the delegates who have come from outside to Kochi and particularly to our campus. I understand that this conference is centered around many of the futuristic technologies like computation, new computing techniques, photonics, communication, and so on. We know that IEEE is the biggest global platform for technocrats, engineers, policymakers, and industrialists to come together and discuss the technology of the day and the technology of the future. I'm sure this conference will be also doing the same thing. This provides a huge platform for all of us, and we have seen that the knowledge shared at conferences like this has enhanced our knowledge as well as the practical aspect of the knowledge we have to put it in useful products and services, which is beneficial to the people as well as to the economy across the globe in various countries. This also provides an important platform for our young people to network with the knowledge partners as well as with people from industry. This will enhance their vision so that they can shape their future. In that sense, this is a very, very important conference for our young people also. I'm sure these deliberations at this conference will be of immense help to all of us, all those assembled here. And I wish the conference all the very best and a pleasant stay in Kochi as well as in our campus. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A 2016 batch IAS officer, Sri Snehil Kumar Singh, is the Chief Executive Officer of the Kerala IT Parks. An engineer by training from IIT Roorkee, he is also the Director of Kerala State IT Mission and the Deputy Secretary of Department of Electronics and Information Technology. It is a privilege to have him with us as a guest of honor during this formal inaugural function. I request you to address the gathering, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Suresh Nair, Mr. Deepak Mathur, Professor K.N. Madhusudan, Dr. Mini, Dr. Sameer, and all the dignitaries. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate IEEE for arranging INDICON 2022. And with this fervor, it really excites me that we are discussing onto some really core fundamental issues over a very stretched period of time. I just wanted to quickly share, like, from a government perspective, so we all have, academicians here and we have students here. From the government perspective, I would like to tell my entire thought process on how it changed over years. So while I was in school, I thought that government is a big entity and they do everything. When I got into college, I felt government does nothing. Like, they have no idea what is happening. Being a, engineer is something which is much more valuable. Then when I started preparing for UPSC, I started realizing that yes, government has a lot of role, but eventually government is not able to do a lot of things which they should be doing, because when we prepare for UPSC, we get that arrogance, thinking that we know a lot of things. And because of that arrogance, we start to judge what the other people are supposed to do. And then when I got into the government itself, then I realized that all of that is true, but still there are certain very deep problems on why we are not able to do certain things that we want to. So government has its own limitations, government has its own problems, and still we strive for doing certain problem solving. And where, from my fundamental understanding of this entire subject, comes from a very core principle of Dr. Amartya Sen, which he said it as a principle of equity and distribution, where he said that, a flute is prepared by a child. So who do you distribute that flute to? There are three options. One, the child who has made that flute. Second, the child who has no other toy to play with. And the third, the child who knows how to play the flute. So these three options are the actual core fundamental problems of governance of our society. And that is where, when I see, coming from the policy perspective, and then when we're discussing on two bigger complicated issues on where the resources should be going and where the efforts have to be given from the government side, we are all bound by these core fundamental problems. And then there's always undercurrents of how the societies are working, how a company works, how a particular social group works. When looking at this perspective, it is very essential that we see the technological aspect of it. And that is where I wanted to connect to INDICON and conferences like INDICON. And I think Dr. Nair also pointed out very correctly that whenever you are publishing these 500 papers, how would it eventually help the society? And there are incredible things that are happening over the past years. And I'm sure India is one of the prime examples where we have shown that our techies can actually revolutionize and can make our lives easy. And we are doing very well in almost every field. So my request and my suggestion to all the students here is that you need to think in a bigger picture. That yes, obviously you might, make a startup company, you might join a company, you might develop a solution which is really profitable, really valuable for you. One of you guys might, maybe even get a 1 billion valuation and be famous in that sense. But at the end of the day, you need to see that is your product actually making the lives easier. And when I'm talking about making lives easier, it could be in any element. It could be a very simple peripherals of comfort. It could be simple peripherals of distributing water across a village. So these problems which traditionally we have been dealing with have to be still resolved. And coming with the new technologies, obviously it has completely revolutionized and changed how we perceive problems. I can tell from government perspective that there's a huge demand in every department that I go in. So right now I'm in IT department. I can talk in more detail with IT that there's incredible demand for low-code platforms of softwares which can actually make service delivery easier. Another example which I want to add is that in Government of Kerala itself, we have around 850 services which are online for the citizens to get, and from various departments. Can we make the lives much more easier by automating these things? Can we make the processes a little more automated to bring transparency to accountability? Because, see, corruption is one of the problems which across the platform we are seeing, but only technology and transparency can solve it. And we have clear examples when the tendering, for example, was not digitized, it was done manually, there were chances of corruption. But now when we move to e-tendering, there's a huge transparency and accountability, and we have limited the scope of corruption. So with all these elements, you have to think that whatever work that you're doing will eventually help the society in making their lives easier. It could be a very simple step, it could be a very complicated technology, and I hope that during these rounds of discussion, my message to all of you would be, and to the esteemed professors, that we need to guide the students in that direction, that ultimately these need to offer a solution. And profitability, valuation, all matters. Obviously, we need a good job. We need a good setup to back up us. But in the longer run, it should help the society. So that is my message to all of you. And I really thank IEEE for inviting me and for letting me be a part of this conference. And I wish all the very best to all the participants and the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, as we come to the end of this formal event, it is time to express our gratitude to all those who supported us in this endeavor. Let me request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K.N. Madhusudanan, to hand over a memento to Sri Deepak Mathur as a token of our appreciation for his wholehearted support. Be seated. So next I request Dr. Suresh Nair to hand over a memento to Sri Snehal Kumar Singh IAS as a token of appreciation for his unwavering support for the conduct of the event. Suresh. I now request Dr. Sameer SM to hand over a memento to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Madhusudanan, without whom this function would not have been possible. I now request Dr. Mini Ulanat to hand over a memento to Professor KVS Hari for all his technical support. Now I call upon Dr. Mini Ulanat, the Organizing Chair of INDICON 2022 and Chair of IEEE Kerala Section, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
honorable guests on the dais, our chief guest Dr. Deepak Mathur, respected guest of honor Mr. Snehal Singh IAS, honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Madhusudanan, IEEE India Council Chair Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair, Dr. S.M. Samir, our General Chair, all the invalued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, students, and all the participants, a very good morning from IEEE INDICON organizing team. As the organizing chair, it's my proud privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. INDICON 2022, the flagship conference of IEEE India Council, is hosted by IEEE Kerala Section at Cochin University of Science and Technology. We heard a thought-provoking and inspiring speech by Mr. Deepak Mathur. Let me take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Deepak Mathur, our chief guest, having agreed to inaugurate the conference traveling from Vancouver immediately after the board meeting. So on behalf of organizing committee, I express our sincere gratitude to you, sir, for the acceptance to grace the occasion and deliver the inaugural address. Thank you, sir. Kerala emerged as the first digital state in the country through the visionary measures of government to open up the door of digital literacy to its citizens to make God's own country the first illiterate state. We have Mr. Snehal Singh IAS, Director IT Mission with us, who shared his thoughts on this. Thank you very much for supporting us and gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. Preparations for INDICON started more than a year, exactly more than a year. This has been a joint activity of IEEE Kerala Section and IEEE India Council. The program happening today has been carried out even to the minutest detail due to the amount of meticulous and overall supervision of our leader, none other than the IEEE India Council Chair, Dr. Suresh Nair, the patron of the conference. We are extremely thankful to you, sir, for the timely guidance and assistance in making this happen. On behalf of the organizing committee, a special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Madhusudanan, for his unfaltering support and confidence on us. He is the backbone of the institution and guiding force for every new step forward. Thank you very much, sir. We are proud to have amongst us a panel of dynamic and distinguished academicians and industry experts. As you already heard, we had the paper submissions review in 9 tracks and 11 special sessions. The organizing committee of INDICON 2022 acknowledges with gratitude the leadership of technical program committee chairs, Professor KVS Hari from Indian Institute of Science and Professor Devabrata Das, Director IIIT Bangalore. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing this occasion. Had it not been their efforts for this, conference would not have been possible. I place on record my sincere thanks to TPC co-chairs and the team of track chairs, panel of reviewers and session chairs under the leadership of Professor Madhukumar from NIT Calicut, Professor Chinmoy Saha from IIST Trivandrum, and Dr. Jason from Government Engineering College Trichy in reviewing the papers and driving this mega conference. Organizing committee express a sincere gratitude to the India Council Lexicon for giving us this opportunity, bestowing us INDICON 2022. Thank you, Professor Atul Negi, and a special thanks to Dr. Thangaprakash Sengodan for their timely help. Thank you, Dr. John, Dr. Rajeshri, Dr. Prerna Gaur, and Dr. Vijayalada Reddy, Mr. Sanjaykar Chaudhary in absentia, and all the other India Council Lexicon members for all the support extended. I place on record our gratitude for the timely guidance and assistance rendered by University management headed by our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Shankaran sir, and our Registrar, Dr. Meera. Thank you very much, sir. We are very fortunate to have been backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of IEEE Kerala who know their job and are result-oriented. Everything that has been happening here as because everybody took over the responsibility assigned to you. Thank you, Dr. Samir, the General Chair, for the confidence reposed on us. And I need to specially mention the dedication and hard work put in by the team, starting with Professor Kazim, Dr. Bijoy, and Mr. Shahim as the organizing co-chairs, Dr. Biju as the finance chair, Professor Bijuna, Professor Rekha James, Professor Santosh Kumar in coordinating and reviewing, scheduling over the slots over the 3 days in 9 tracks with the help of Dr. Deepthi, Dr. Tripti, Dr. Nalesh, and many others. Mr. Nandan taking over the online tracks, Mr. Shon and team taking over the hospitality and logistic requirements, Mr. Binu taking care of certificates, young professionals, Mr. Joel John, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Hari Govind, Mr. Abhinav, and intern teams under Mr. Alan, Matthew, and student volunteers and research scholars from CUSAT. A big thank you from the organizing team. I need to mention our special thanks to all the heads of departments for their support extended in providing the venue for the parallel tracks. My sincere thanks to the department colleagues, administrative and technical lab staff for their great involvement in making this event a success. A special thanks to the engineering department for all the support extended. And I would also like to acknowledge the helping hand rendered by the IEEE Kerala Section volunteers and the young professionals directly and indirectly. Thank you very much. This conference would have remained a dream without a sponsor. I must mention a deep sense of appreciation to all the sponsors, starting with Kerala IT Mission, Qualcomm, Cochin Shipyard Limited, CDAC Trivandrum, IBM, eHealth Mission of Kerala, KSIDC Kerala, Keysight, CIT, and others. Thank you very much. There has been, this is possible without big and small help from many people, and I think it is very impossible for me to list out the names. So thank you very much. And this day would have been meaningless without the presence of successful learners. On behalf of the INDICON, I thank all the researchers who have toiled hard and is here to share their valuable research experience. We have a list of distinguished panel of experts. Thank you very much, all the invited speakers who are gracing this occasion. And I would like to specially mention the involvement and completion of the technical arrangements, the stage setting, lighting and catering, and the support given by the event management team, Messrs. Gandhimadi and team, and also the media for supporting all the activities of the event. We assure that whatever is in our power, ensure your stay and experience is comfortable. I hope the deliberations of the conference would be fruitful and conducted in a very professional manner. Wish you all the very best and a good 3-day stay and all the good deliberations in INDICON 2021. Thank you, 2022, sorry. Thank you very much and welcome to CUSAT. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, we have come to the end of this formal inauguration of INDICON 2022. Thank you all. We are now going to continue with the plenary session. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join the audience for this next session.